My name is Jalal Sabur. I'm an activist with Wespac. I'm a farmer upstate also. Today we just had an event that was that we wanted to highlight some of our demands around police accountability, and we wanted to have it in the name of Martin Luther King on his birthday. We wanted to talk about how we can get some inequality, how we can get some equality in White Plains and Westchester, and how we can get some transparency and accountability from the police. One of our demands was to ask for a Human Rights Commission to making sure that any cases of police misconduct, that the Human Rights Commission has subpoena power to address them.
Why is that important? People don't understand the subpoena power part.
Subpoena power is to making sure that they can actually do something, because if there's no subpoena power, it could just be a review board that is dismissed, you know? And so it can't be dismissed if they actually have some subpoena power. And the second thing was the crisis team, the mobile crisis team. There's a lot of people that have passed away in Westchester that have been mentally ill. Samuel Cruz is one of them.
We had a brother in Mount Vernon, Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith was most recently had a mental illness. If we had a crisis team in Westchester, that would have never happened. The police are not equipped to deal with a lot of situations. And so having a crisis team that knows how to deal with someone that's mentally ill, or even someone that has a medical issue, would make sure that some of our brothers and sisters that have passed away wouldn't have been in that situation.
Because Anthony Smith was almost like Kenneth Chamberlain. He broke in his house.
Life alert, everything.
But without the life, but I'm saying Anthony Smith, they broke in his house, same thing.
Yes. And so Astorino was the one that cut the funding for the crisis team.
Was he?
He cut the funding in 2011. And so if we can push Astorino to get that funding back from the crisis team, we won't have any more situations like that. And I think a lot of the police officers, chief of police in Greenberg, they actually support this. And so if they support it, community supports it, there's no reason why the executive director shouldn't support it also. The last thing is to push for the Attorney General of New York State to be the special prosecutor throughout this state. He put out a memo that he put out a bill that he would be the special prosecutor in 80 cases of police misconduct. He's asking Governor Cuomo to sign on. We are asking Astorino to support us and to pressure Cuomo to sign on to that bill. And so we're asking Cuomo to sign it, and we want Astorino to support us and asking Cuomo to sign on to that bill.
Okay, now you gave him a deadline. What was the deadline?
The deadline was March 2nd, March 20th. So we need to hear something from him. Today we couldn't even get upstairs. So we want to put pressure on him to make sure that we can at least have a meeting with him by March 20th.
Is there a follow-up, a plan for a follow-up, or?
We're gonna call him until he gets the letter and see if we can set a meeting. If we don't get a chance to meet with him, we're gonna try to connect with people that have a contact with him and see if we can all liaise some type of meeting or some sit down that we can get these demands met. If that doesn't work, we try to build with legislators that are in our communities to see if they can sign on and to put pressure on them. So other Westchester executives, other Westchester legislators, they can put pressure on Astorino to sign on and see if we can get other legislators in Westchester to support our demands.
For people watching this video, for people listening to you right now, the people, what can they do to support what you're doing?
They can support the movement. They can figure out what our demands are and making sure that their local officials, local elected officials are aware of what's going on and agree to sign on to some of the demands. We're actually going to Albany next week for the State of the State to push this through the state level. So we're making movements. We need more support, and so if people are willing to come with us, they can check out wespac.org. It has some of the dates for the Albany thing. We're doing some direct action training. We're doing some police accountability meetings in Yonkers. We're doing another follow-up to the meeting that Kenneth Chamberlain did in Pace. We're doing that on the 29th. So we have a lot of things coming up, and that's just in January.
Okay.
February, we're going to have another whole list of things going on that people can come out and support.
Okay. Now you mentioned the website. What people can find out information.
Yeah, the website is Wespac. It's WESPAC.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, Wespac New York on Facebook. Twitter is Wespac. Send us a message and we'll reply and we'll keep the movement going.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate you.